Hello everyone, and welcome back to another one of my fossils and archaeology videos. I am just checking in on the little guys, or little guy and girls. And so far they haven't grown all that much, apart from this one over here, which is... where are you? Oh, right there. Which already has a sail. Anyway, right, I was also here to name the guys. So this one is the male, and I was gonna name the male Dan, because someone asked me to. So this is Dan, the big guy, the male, and then the other two, I just noticed that probably the Discord ping was going off the whole time. And these two over here, this female is gonna be that name. It is the name of a Egyptian goddess, because in Egypt, this is where these guys were found, which has a close association with the Nile River and fish. And I think it's called like Hatemit or whatever, but I couldn't really find any real pronunciation, so it could very well just be Hatmit or whatever. And then for the last one, where are you? Where are you? Oh, in the water. And so these guys don't drown, which is actually nice. Yeah, also a female. You are gonna be shrimp. So, in today's episode, we are going to be taking a break from the usual enclosure builds, and we are going to move on towards something which I hope is gonna turn out really cool. We are going to be building a marine biology center of some kind. And where I was hoping to build it was like right on this little peninsula, little outcrop little thing. What I was thinking was to lower this whole beach down so it actually looks normal instead of just a big sand hill that goes immediately up, which is a little weird. Have that lowered down, have this be a nice cool beach with like a steep water formed cliff. Yeah, another cliff, I know. And then have the marine biology lab of some kind be here. And then to that we can attach a whole bunch of aquatic enclosures. So Leopleurodon, Mosasaurus, Megalodon, Aquilalumna, those kind of creatures. Because I haven't actually done aquatic animals yet, like at all. So I thought, let's get started on the aquatic marine biology thing today. And then later on we can add a whole bunch of different new aquariums to that. I was hoping to go for a mix between having it be visible and like slightly realistic, what you would want an animal like that to live in, you know? So what that means to me is that I do want to be able to see it. So it's going to be open air so you can see it from the top. And then maybe along the sides you're going to have underground portions with like big windows so you can look in. And for creatures like the Aquilalumna, or yeah, I think that's how it's pronounced, but if I'm not, my bad. I was hoping to go for more like if you've ever been to an aquarium, there's these places where you can like kind of have these rays, these stingrays or whatever they are, and they are like housed in this little shallow pool, so you can like stick your hand in and touch them. And I don't think the Aquilalumna are that big, so I think that would work out to have a similar type of enclosure to that. Have it be a quite shallow but large open thing. Maybe decorate it to be like a little tropical looking with a reef. Maybe I need to use my nature's compass for that. Oh, I have two of them. To see if I can find a... What is it? Tropical coral. Well, it's not really a biome. It's a warm ocean, right? So Yeah, I guess that. So here's... Well, that's interesting. That's gonna take some time to find, probably. Maybe if I teleport to my Waystones around the world, maybe I'll get a hit on the compass. But yeah, that's the plan. That's the intro. One more thing. I got 2 more Pompey eggs. So let me go over there. Pompey eggs. And a torch. Yeah. Marine biology lab. That's the plan. Now I need to actually design something and make the area around it look pretty. It's gonna take some time. But I am motivated and I am excited. So let's get into it. There you go. Another female. And another male. Look the little guys, look the little guys. Okay, so now we actually have like 3 compies in here. And I think that's quite nice. Maybe I'd like to have like 5, I think. That would be a nice population size. Yeah. Where's the big one? There you are. Big male. I teleported over here to the iron mine. Well, not really an iron mine. It's just a big mountain where I get iron. And I got a hit on the nature's compass. So I walked over here. We have ourselves a coral reef. By the way, look at these cliffs. On one hand, I like them. On the other hand, they're way too much. Because they're also quite common. And they're part of Tectonic's terrain generation. Oh, there's also sea pickles. So I should not forget to bring those as well. And the fans. The coral fans. Maybe catch some guys in the buckets. Although I think I can get tropical fish where I'm at. Maybe. But it could be nice to also have some displays for like sturgeon or alligator gar. Or just salmon, even though they're a bit boring in comparison. Oh, I only have respiration 2. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna go to town on this place. And then bring home what I can. Luckily, because of the chunk loaders, I can access my terminal from here now. Finally. So, yeah. Next objective. Okay, now, coral gathering is complete. And I had a look at what I need to do to tame this guy. And it doesn't sound that nice. I need to almost kill him until he goes into a sleep mode. And then I can tame him. Yeah. Poor little guy. So he has 62 health. My sword deals 11 points of damage. So that means I should be able to hit him at least 5 times. Maybe I should grab an iron sword as well. Oh, iron sword as well. Do that little bit of extra damage in between there, because I don't want to... If I overshoot this guy's dead. Will I die in the meantime? Maybe. Well, let's just get on with it. Sorry, Dan. I hope this won't kill you. Okay, so I can do that. 34. 25. 6. I'm going to switch to this one. What are you at now? 8. Wait, you should be... Is it 4? I don't want to... Is it... do I... Surely that's not how that... Oh! What just happened? I crashed. If that... Please don't tell me that corrupted my world. If I'm... We're gonna find out. Well, here we go. Please be normal. Please. Pretty pleased with a cherry on top. 2 cherries on top. 52 cherries on top. Just work. Please. Joining. Loading through. Oh! Oh! Wait, I am writing it, but it doesn't... I still have the scarab gem. So did I... Did I tame? No? Are you... Is this gonna crash my game again? I was writing you just now. So what happened there? What's going on, big man? Sure. What do we do about this? Maybe I let him heal to a certain extent again and try again. And then... Okay, well, you're down now. Dinopedia. So is it... Wait, is it 0? I should have checked earlier. So if I hit you again now, you... Okay, you die. Again. You are at 45. 26. 12. Okay, so this one does go into sleeping mode when he's down. And then if I get an that's not how you spell that. Aquatic. Okay, that's how that works. And he's full health again. Okay, so maybe he just needs to be fully grown up first. Let's give it another try with this guy. Can he... Oh, I thought it was going for food. Okay, so chicken essence. Wait, no, you can't do that while he's untamed. How much health do you have? 15. So if I were to do that... Okay, so I think they need to be full grown first. Noted. Alright, I'll try that again when they're actually full grown. So while we're watching this time lapse, I thought I might mention something that I've been thinking of lately, and that is about the future of the fossils and archaeology mod, because I know they're going to be planning to update it, of course. They've also asked in their Discord if there was a version you would have to pick for the next version of the fossils and archaeology mod, which would that be? And the next versions of Minecraft introduce a lot of things, but also the archaeology system with like the brush and the suspicious sand. So I was thinking, how could you incorporate those mechanics into the mod, or the mod into those mechanics? And so I've been thinking, you have the brush, which is like a very well, archaeological tool. And so what I was thinking is, instead of out of fossils, sometimes you get the different body parts, right? So you get biofossils and a lot of other stuff, but also specific body parts. So like a T-Rex head, or like a Mosasaurus tail, or something like that. And I was thinking to maybe get rid of those in the loot pool of the fossil blocks, and maybe put those dedicated fossil pieces, like those actual body parts, in a different kind of fossil type block. Maybe like a a sand fossil or a mesa fossil or something like that. And then you would use your brush to wipe away the dirt or whatever. Maybe they can have it be like, you know how snow layers pile on top of each other and like 8 full snow layers is one full block? Maybe they could do that, but in reverse. So every time you swipe, it takes away a layer, and then it reveals the block that is hidden underneath. Or not the block, the fossil that is hidden underneath. So so slowly you might reveal like a T-Rex skull, right? Something like that I think could be cool. That would be nicely tied in with the whole archaeology system of Minecraft. You could also put suspicious sand and gravel into the temples and the buildings of the fossils and archaeology mod, because there's in the jungle, for example, there's these little Aztec-looking jungle temples, which have some loot, and you could have some suspicious gravel in there and have some. You could dig some faces out of that or something like that. Maybe some other items that only suspicious gravel in certain structures that spawn in certain biomes. So if you want a full set of that item, you know, like they did with the, what are they called? The armor trims, right? If you want a full set of those, you have to travel to certain monuments around the world, and then you can get this specific armor trims that you want. Maybe that could be some kind of, I don't know, some kind of item within the Fossils and Archaeology mod that could serve a similar purpose to, you know, so where you go around the world and find these different Fossils and Archaeology monuments, that you get specific items for those monuments. So they have unique things that make it worth exploring. Maybe. I hope that the whole string of sentences made any sense. But yeah. So that could be another thing, to get some like treasury archaeology loot instead of just paleontological stuff. I feel like there's a lot of things that could be done there. And also in 1.19 you have the wild update with the mangrove swamps and mud. Maybe you could they could make the tar pits also spawn in the mangrove swamps. Maybe they could make certain treasure items spawn in the ancient cities. Something like that. All I really hope is that if they do update the mod, that I will be able to upgrade my world to it, so I don't have to start from scratch again. That wouldn't be the end of the world if that were to happen, but I would just rather not have that, you know? Anyway, high hopes for the future. They've done a bang-on job with the mod so far, so I only expect great things, and we'll see where this stuff goes. So I know I said I was going to work on the marine lab today, and I still will. Well, not today for me, because it's evening now and I will go to sleep, but I will keep working on it. But I just felt like if I'm gonna make a new structure, I feel like the terrain needs to match beforehand instead of then having to build around it later. So that's why I kind of did the whole beach section, and then over on here with some sections that jut out right there and jut out right there, and maybe have some overhang here on pillars, and maybe some kind of viewing area there. I have a lot of like textured rocks all throughout the beach, so we can easily like section off areas to give it to certain animals that might like a beach environment. I can also do more of those palm trees. That could look nice. So yeah, this whole section is just gonna be dedicated mostly to things that well, things that have something to do with water. Also, the biomes are a problem because for some reason the beach biome is considered cold, and now that it's winter it can snow here. And honestly, I might just get rid of the seasons mod because although the grass color is nice, I think it's more of a pain than anything else. So yeah, I might just get rid of the seasons mod, and then everything will be nice and green. Yeah, but having the Spino enclosure here, which is also very water heavy, and then the marine lab there with some smaller creatures in there, and then some semi-aquatic creatures there, and then maybe, I don't know, there's lots of space to do things in here. Plenty of opportunity. I'll have like a staircase go down the cliffside somewhere. And yeah, I don't know. It's just too many ideas. So it's gonna turn out nice. I pinky promise. Okay, so I don't actually know what I'm doing. I have been playing around in creative and I don't know. Oh, by the way, I added this staircase. I thought that looks nice. It goes down like that. Yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, so I've been playing around with designs in creative, but I couldn't really set my mind to one design in particular. So I think I'm just gonna like do something and see if I like it and maybe change it and then change it again. I think it would be nice if I had it like similar to the lab we have over there. But then like instead of green motifs like the green windows, have it be blue. Because of the, you know, watery theme. I do like the overhang bit, and then you have like this these big support pillars holding it up. I think that would look nice. And I might add something here like a viewing platform or observatory or whatever. I think that's the same. But not really, but anyway. Yeah, I do need to make it big enough to add like aquariums of some kind. So I might just make that go inwards and curve around. Or make it go like this and make it overhang on this side too. And I don't know if that would look nice. But there's only one way to find out, I guess. Progress update. Let me give you a quick overview. This is what I have envisioned. So this is going to be a big, nice aquarium in the middle with a Aquilolamna, one of those. And then on the side here, I'm going to have smaller aquariums just for like maybe tropical fish or whatever, just for like set dressing. And then for the windows, I don't know if I'm gonna go with a like an outwards coming window thing, like I have on the lab, or if I'm gonna do the opposite with like with the windows going slightly inward. I think the inward might be nice because then the sun will shine in for longer. yeah, I'm using these checkered blocks again for the floor. And underneath this glass, I have the polished stone going all the way around. And then I'll fill this up with like bits of coral and some stones around the edges. And then... oh wow, it looks like I'm floating. I am flying. Also, I made this shape and I think it kind of looks like scuba glasses. So I think that was pretty funny. Unintentional, but funny. Well, slightly intentional. At first I was going to make it like a ellipsoid. Or whatever you... an oval. Right? And then I made this part bend inwards a little. And I think I'm going to have like a little metal walkway over top here. So you can like feed the fish or whatever. And the water is going to be up till here. So the water is actually like... you could touch it from here, you know? Because as far as I'm aware, after all of my testing, the fish don't jump out. As far as I'm aware. Let's go to the lab and see what we have. Right, so... we have a bunch of these turtle things. And we have 2 Aquilolamna. Anything in here still? Oh, that's quite a bit. Mosasaurus here. Let me actually grab everything. Axolotl, that's pretty funny. We could have that in one of the enclosures. We have a Megalodon. That's pretty exciting. My source. Let me dump some of these in here. Grab all the DNA. And also 12 compies because I don't know if I... no, I actually did not show that yet, I'm pretty sure. Megalodon goes there. What happened is... when I was over here... the FPS in this area is pretty low. It's quite a shame. But when I was over here, there was 3 of these, right? I put the 2 eggs down and they hatched. But for some reason they weren't tamed. So... they were hungry because they were doing this stupid thing over and over instead of actually eating. 2 of them were untamed and 1 of them was tamed. And because they were hungry, they started attacking me. And... well... yeah, they instantly just jumped out of the enclosure because apparently they can do that when they're attacking something. So... oh, right, they're still following. So the untamed one attacked me. And then the tamed one attacked the untamed ones. Yeah. Yeah, that happened. And then one of them died. But although he was pretty full grown, so I got a lot of DNA from him back. So that sucks. But, you know. Now let's get these cooking. Okay, so I think this aquarium is pretty much done, apart from the creatures inside. And this is what it looks like. I added some rocks, some coral, and well, not some, a lot of coral. And I forgot sea pickles. We scatter those around. Maybe a couple there. They do light up the place nicely. Maybe a couple there. 2 there. And there. What happens if I don't necessarily need the really tall stuff. So that might be a little bit too much. Put a bit of the shorter stuff around the sides. Might look cool. Some there. Some there. And maybe there. I'll let you slide. Oh, right. Air. Yeah, I think that looks great. So, that took quite a while. So that means that our guys, our Aquilolumna, are finished. And let me also grab a feeder. I am not sure what they eat though. Do I have cod? I do have cod in case I eat fish. I will grab potatoes and in case they're herbivores. Yeah, and I mean, in case that's all. I mean, I can check with the Dinopedia as soon as they're out in the water. So let's go back. This is what it looks like in the dark. I was also planning to maybe add a skylight. That could be nice over this place. Yeah, that looks really nice. I'll put the feeder in a central spot, maybe like here. Yeah, that works. And then let's put these little guys down. And there we go. Little zebra looking fish. Where's the book? What are you? You are a piscivorous, so you eat fish. And I am your owner. So let's get... Actually, can I just put chicken in here? And then they eat that. They do. I'll just put that in there and I'll grab some more chicken from back home, from the farm. I don't know if I have any other meat items. Well, I'm about to be a meat item if I stay in the water. Okay, sleep, chicken, feeding time. I don't know if I showed this yet, but I needed a lot of wool for all of those palm trees, so I think I should empty that out. Well, that's my wool farm. Oops. And I don't think I'll need wool anytime soon. The nice thing about this, about the Puzzle and Archaeology mod, by the way, is that you can put wool in an analyzer and you get string back. So even though you can't get string back like this, you can get it through analyzing it. So if you ever need string, just keep that in mind. That's a chunk loader, looking all fancy. Yeah, so that's how it works. It's just a basic sheep farm design. They eat the grass. An observer sees that they ate the grass, and then the dispenser shears them. Another chicken. That's quite a bit, actually. So this is where we're at so far. I'm just doing the iron trapdoor thing I did at the lab as well. This is what we're looking like. I will add one more layer to the ground here so you won't see this checkered pattern. And then I will make this curve around. And then I will add the pillars to make this look less floaty because, you know, it's floating. Then I think I will remove the grass and just make it stone. And then have this be a big viewing platform. And in the middle we could do a big fossil, you know, like in the museum. I think that could be really cool. I saw this picture of, what is it? Like a marine biology lab or whatever, where they have also a skeleton on display, which I think is a whale. But I don't know if that's... Actually, I don't know if it's a whale or like an actual fossil, but I think it's a whale. But I think that would fit quite nicely. Other than that, I'm finishing up... Oh, I missed the pillar right there. I'm trying to finish up this backside, and I will do another aquarium here, which I think I will do for the sea turtle looking fella, the Hanodus, whichever one it is. And then that can be like slightly curves out. I think that would be quite a nice amount of space for like a sea turtle, right? Yeah, surely. I think that looks nice. That looks nice, right? That looks nice. Also, I removed the seasons mod because this water... Oh, it's just... Oh. This water started freezing. So then I was like, yeah, no, we're not doing this. You can see where the ice already started forming because it's like missing. We just get rid of all the weird air pockets. I think that's all. Also, these guys are now fully grown. I gave them some chicken essence and they immediately started eating so I could make them full grown. And I think this is a really nice size enclosure for them. Maybe if I can get like 3 more of them, maybe. That will be a good population size because they have a max population of 10. So they could have a bunch more in here, but I don't want to make it overcrowded. Just enough so you could see like a couple every time you look at one of either side or underneath, you know. How cool is that, by the way? I am really liking this aquarium so far. Status update. Wabam! Look at the skylight. That's a fish. That's a fish right there. For some reason, it's doing this weird thing with the glass from the bottom. But I don't care. I'm happy with it. That's a fish right there. And now, all that is left to do is maybe add some hanging lights from up top. This thing, which I might just do later. There's no rush. And maybe some seats, some benches. And of course, this part, making that look pretty. What are we feeling about the lights? I added those hanging soul lanterns up there. And these sea lanterns with cyan glass over top. I think that's nice. When we fill this with water, it should, you know, be nice. I'm hoping that just like those guys, the what are they called again? The Henadus, the turtles, that they don't just swim out, because that would be unfortunate. Like swim over top here, because I am planning to fill it up to the top. Yeah. So hopefully they just stay in here and don't do anything silly. And then we'll be all good. While I ran out of iron trapdoors to finish it, have a look at the building. I added in support pillars. I cleaned up the rock wall behind it. Maybe that piece needs a little work. And then I added little, I don't know, spikes that jut out the top. I still need to add, I still need to add so many iron trapdoors to this side as well. Time to go iron smelting and mining and stuff. But how does that look? Huh? I don't know if did I show that yet? If I did, I'm sorry, but anyway. Little path going down here. And then we have a big mosasaurus skeleton right there. I think this all looks great. With this nice and cool staircase up to the top, and then I'll connect it with a path. This thing needs work. This thing needs work. Like the entrances. And then you have that in there that needs to be decorated and filled with an animal. Yeah. This place is like so coming together. And then I made these things to make them look like those studio lights. You know, with like the 4 flaps along all of the sides that you can like adjust so the light level changes. I don't know if I want to keep these. I don't know if they look good. But they're in for now. Yeah. This is what I have been up to so far. And looking at it from the map, I am really happy with this place. I just kind of winged it, wung it, however you say that, and it all worked out. And now we're almost done. Look what I just got. They were male and female, and they created a baby. We just instantly put that little guy down. There we go. Or girl. Let's have a look. What are you? Another male. I'm gonna let you grow by yourself. I don't need to feed you hormones to let you grow quicker. Just listen to the rain and thunder. This place is very atmospheric, and it is at the what is it? And this is the state that I'm going to leave it at today. And I think I am very happy with where this ended off. I edited the top bit so it looks less flat. And I also added one more of those communications towers, some air conditioning units on the top, and this fluid tank thing that I thought might fit well because, you know, lots of water. Yeah, so this is my aquarium. And I gotta say, I mean, I have been saying, but I gotta say again, this looks so nice. There's the fish, there's the little guy, there's the big guys, or big guy and girl. Yeah, this is just, wow, the thunder is going crazy out there. But this is absolutely amazing. And in the upcoming episodes, I will be fleshing this place out a little more, getting a proper entrance in, and getting some creatures in here and in there, making that look nice. Right there as well. Adding more lamps. Let me know what you think about these lamps, by the way, because I might just do these soul lanterns all around, but these are bigger, but these might be too big, you know? Yeah. If you enjoyed the process and enjoyed the final creation of this video, it took me quite a while actually, so a like would be hugely appreciated. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already and you like keeping up with these videos. I will see you guys very soon. Goodbye.